Okay, so let's start with this chapter. The chapter name is Why You Shouldn't Believe in the Stork, False Casualty. ठीक है? तो इसमें बेसिकली हम लोग ये सीखेंगे ना कि कोई इवेंट होता है तो उसका कॉज और इफेक्ट होता है, बट हम लोग कभी कभी दोनों चीज़ को कोरिलेट कर देते हैं और डिसीजन थोड़ा सा अलग साइड पे ले लेते हैं. वी टेक अ लाइक डिसीजन विच इज़ नॉट गुड. ठीक है? सो लेट्स रीड इट फ्रॉम हेयर first. So, chapter 37, false causality, which is our tendency to mistakenly assume that just because two things happen together, one must have caused the other. To illustrate how easily we muddle cause and effect, the author shares a few memorable examples. The firefighters. Okay. Firefighters, a city conducted a study and found that more firefighters who respond to a blaze, the greater the fire damage was. In response, the mayor mistakenly froze hiring and cut the firefighting budget. Means जितना ज़्यादा इंसिडेंट्स होता है द ग्रेटर द फायर डैमेज वाज. ओके. तो इन रिस्पॉन्स मेयर क्या किया, फ्रोज हायरिंग एंड कट द फायर फाइटर बजट. तो ही थॉट कि एज मोर फायर फाइटर्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिंग टू अ ब्लेज, डैमेज उससे ज़्यादा हो रहा है बिकॉज ज़्यादा फायर फाइटर्स जा रहे हैं तो डैमेज इज इंक्रीजिंग एंड ही कट द बजट. The mayor confused the cause and effect. The firefighters didn't cause the damage. Rather, a larger fire naturally required more firefighters. Okay. To illustrate how easily we muddle cause and effect, the author shares a few memorable examples. The first one is firefighter. Second one is the head lice. So, people on a Hebrides Island. Hebrides Island is somewhere in just a second where it is. It's I think in the first line it is written. Yes. Hebrides Island is a chain of island north of Scotland. Okay, it's there. So the head lice. People in the Hebrides Island noticed that when head lice left a person's hair, the person became sick with a fever. To cure the fever, they would intentionally put lice back onto the sick person's head. In truth, what happens? Okay, because we have fever, our head gets hot and lice don't like hot places, so they go away, and when our head cools down they come back. But people had a different perception. Okay, in truth the fever made the person's head hot too, causing the lice to flee, not the other way around. That's the thing. Okay. The stork. In Germany, both the human birth rate and population of storks were in decline between 1965 and 1987. Plotted on a graph, two trends looked almost identical, but obviously stars do not bring babies. This was purely coincidental correlation. Okay. Okay, so I was confused regarding what is a stork. So stork is a bird. Okay. If we see stork is a bird. Let's move ahead. So what they thought that the human birth rate and population of storks were in decline between 1965 and 1937. Plotted on a graph, the two trends looked almost identical, but obviously storks do not bring babies. This was purely coincidental correlation. The mental glitch is incredibly common in the real world and is often used to manipulate us. For example, a study might claim that having a lot of books in a home leads to students getting better grades in school. However, the true underlying cause is that educated parents tend to value education, which leads to good grades, and they also happen to buy more books. The books themselves do not magically cause the better grades. Similarly, a headline might claim that a company's high profits are caused by high employees' motivation, when it is just as likely that employees are highly motivated simply because the company is doing well. The key learnings from this chapter are correlation is not causality. Just because two events happen at same time or follow the same trends does not mean one caused the other. Okay, look at look closer at linked events. Sometimes what is presented as the cause is actually the effect, and vice versa. In other cases, there is a hidden third factor driving both events. As we saw many examples, the lice example, the firefighter example, the stork example. Be aware of coincidences. Sometimes there is absolutely no link between two events at all. Just a stork wala example. Okay, just like the storks and the babies. Correct. No link between two events at all, just like the stork and the babies. So this is the thing. The chapter just teaches us that for there are false causality. We assume many times that because of this is happening, but there is no linkage between those two. Okay, so that's the thing. You can read it. Every example of this chapter is covered in the summary. So thank you very much. Bye bye.